okulwanyisa bannayuganda mubeere baki bagagga nga muli mu bulamu obukola ki obwesiimisa nga temusula na suwegi. Wano mu Uganda abantu basula n'ebinyonyi, wano mu Uganda abantu basula n'ente, abantu mu Uganda basula wamu n'embuzi nga temuli mu nnyumba za nsiisira. Ng'obudde bwe buziba tekitegeeza kizikiza, kitegeeza ekitangaala obukulembeze obulungi obulala bwe bukikuwadde. Ng'abantu abagala okuba obulungi muli buki bulungi, n'olwekyo olutalo lwe tuliko lwakuba buki bulungi kubanga tukoye embeera ki embi. Ebyo kubifuna wana wammanga tulina obikola. One, wateekwa okuvaayo abakulembeze abaagala eggwanga lyabwe nga ddala mweryo gya ggwanga. Ekyo kitegeeza si bakulembeze bannabyabufuzi bokka, nammwe mwenna bagayi. Olikaawo, oli simanyi oli community development officer, oli nurse, oli headmaster, working a permanent secretary in our government. A corrupt one, you pack your bags nga tetunasimbula. Olumala okulayira boti olya nti oli mujini y'obuli corrupt. Please just run away. Kyagulanyi atuuse, kiboko ya uchafu. Kiboko ya uchi. Kiboko ya uchi. Kiboko ya uchi. Mwana kwa tuleta kiboko ya uchi. Kuli tate kobere speaker ojagenda. Kobere ane kamanda ojagenda. Kobere nga kosa ndisasoka okwema permanent secretary simawati abali mu office musibetai tubavira ku ngudo tubawa motoka empya tubasasulira insurance. Please obuvunaanyizibwa bwammwe bugenda kuba kolera bbanga lyaffe n'abantu baffe. Ne political class will be required to do that. Political class itegeeza buli omu okuva ku president, genda ku kansala, genda ku w'omuluka, genda ku gwekata futu soja. Tokola ba futu soja, genda mu gavumenti ng'osuubira kinaawe olifuna omukisa okubba essente z'eggwanga. Ekitutwala mu kino bwensubalinya nti abaana baffe n'ensi yaffe tubawa ekyobusika ekyaleero ekyenkya ekirivaawo abada tugende mu nsi ey'essanyu okwesiima okuba obulungi okweyagala okufa nga tetubonera lwaki twagala nawala n'otuka okwegomba okufa. Njabawa story bantwala e Lusira maximum prison mu bya popular resistance nensangayo omwana omuto baaliko ya young boys nembabuza lwaki babakutte ne baŋŋamba wano e Lusira w'otulese muwanga w'otusanze twesiimika okuba wano dana okuba egweyo. Ne mbabuuza lwaki ne baŋŋamba ti wano mu kkomera tuli aswadi ekyeggulu kyakawunga naye weekiri. N'olwekyo ekkomera bwe nabasanga they were happy to be in prison because they will be assured of supper and dinner and shelter. That's not the Uganda we want. Kyomwana omuto ajja preferring okusigala mu kkomera n'okubeera eruki ebweru kubanga eri mu kkomera afuna ekyeggulo oba ekyemiki ekyemisana. N'olwekyo tugenda kutumbula ebyobulambuzi nga tutandikira ddala okulaba nti buli kimu ekikola obulambuzi tukiteekamu ssente ezeetaagisa tusobole okuleeta abalambuzi baleete ssente bazireke wano nga ebaba mu Uganda tebeeralikira tiyagas, tebeeralikira kukwatibwa twalibwa mu kkomera, tebajja kuba mu infrastructure. Actually e Malaysia waliyo tourism police. Abalambuzi be bajja e Malaysia okuva ku airport ng'oli mulambuzi ekifeede okukadengezi ne zitwala balupembe ogenda okutuppa bw'ojja ng'oli mulambuzi nga tukutikka nga tukuyisa mu trafiki jamu mangu nga tukutwala mu hoteri ennungi ng'osasula ng'abaana baffe bafuna emirimu. Instead wano emmotoka za poliisi zitambuza balupembe bagenda mu ofiisi kunyaga sente zaffe. No, those pickups will be picked from you to ziwe tourists zibanguye okutuuka wetwatirako ki rupiya. Ekyo kiraba kibi. Tugenda kuzimba amakolera gannamaddala. Amakolero gaffe gagenda kukola kyebagamba kusinziira ku maanyi n'ebyobugagga Katonda byakola ki byatuwa. Uganda bannange buli kimu tukiina. Mabule tetulina okubeera wano wano tewali yazaleero nga gavumenti oba owegombola yamuwadde emmere waliwa wano waliwo eyazze ng'omwezi guno yafunayo akawunga ka gavumenti yafunayo omucere gwa gavumenti ensi asobola okweriisa olubuto tekivaala myaka 3 ena tugitereeza sebo pulezidenti myaka 3 gwekiti mujja kubeera mu ggwanga eddala kino lyemukozeeki limubatera nga nebyenfuna bwebiki bitangaavu kukola ekyo tugenda kukwata ebyobugagga mu ttaka ku nnyanja tugenda kuzimba amakolero nga gasobola okuliikiriza oba galiikirizibwa obulimi n'okwongera ssente mu byobulimi tugenda okutumbula ebitone by'abantu bonna mu Uganda asobola okudduka bwekanya okugulunyweza asobola okuwa ebikonde naawe nyweza ebikonde asobola okuyimba bambi teekamu amaanyi asobola buli kyosobola okukola kitegemu amaki amaanyi anti Kyagulanyi ajja abantu mweka abateetaaga Kyagulanyi namweka mbabuulire mu ababbi abagayaavu abatukaleti ku mirimu ono gwe tuleese kibooko yawuki National Unity Platform is a train for disciplining Ugandans and delivering for a better country. I thank you. God bless.
Webale nnyo Deputy President bw'awulidde ebigenda okubeera mu Uganda empya afunye akakisa okubeera wano naye otegeeze buli omu ky'owulidde wano leero era abantu mu baganga bali those who had given up empapula bazikubeko enfuufu Uganda empya empapula ezo zigenda kuba za mugaso kati bwe mwazze wano ky'owulidde tegeezaako munno asobola okutegeera ekirundiridde mu Uganda empya. Having said that mutya kutuukiriza tuweeko omukisa alumni ba School of Leadership baje baperforminge wano skit. The people power! Our power! NUP! Everywhere! Ladies and gentlemen, basobole bajja bamukkirize bategeeze nti yebera official campaigners aba flag bearers NUP. Listen very carefully to the good news, ladies and gentlemen.
To the oppressed, to the mothers who push bed on hospital floors, to the parents whose children have been seated at home for close to a month. This is the good news. In less than 2 to 3 months, we are entering a new Uganda. People power! Our power! People power! NUP!
Uganda kunga NUP kunga izekrisema kunga tokunga
musajja oyokya akabalero ki
ku president ku MB tulondanga to
abo boyokya.
Your system was sham. No, how do you leave such an able leader?
This gentleman here
wakati bali adongo wano ku Kavule East tugenda kulondanga
oliriza oyokya mpaka oyokyeza osiriziza. This guy here, we know him. He competed for the party card. He was not given that chance, and then you decided to run independently.
I have been in the party for so long. I'm not to the party. I've moved to the president everywhere.
My friend, we had trust in you. We trusted you. You know the money. You know the party ideology. You know everything. No more shame there for you. Our power. Everywhere. The Father is here.
Hello, comrades.
Yes.
My name is Honorable Gorogoro. And I am the flag bearer of Kavule East constituency. Good. I am here to tell you about my manifesto.
Before even the manifesto, Gorogoro you! Honorable Gorogoro you!
My first thing that I'm going to do as the Honorable Gorogoro is to make
sure I supply sugar. I am going to make sure I supply salt. Everybody will have salt in their homes. I am the rightful honorable, and I'm giving you sugar and salt.
Honorable.
Listen. I'm going to make sure I give you rice.
Honorable, what is that?
That is my beautiful manifesto.
I see. I don't know. Relax.
Yes.
You are the flag bearer of NUP.
Yes.
My friend, NUP has a very strong manifesto.
Are you sure?
You don't have to fidget around looking for what to say to tell people. Just listen, it is a very strong manifesto. Don't worry.
Our manifesto has priorities. Priority number 1, restore freedom, constitutionalism, rule of law, and our party, everything.
Read a manifesto.
Honorable, I want to tell you, our manifesto has priorities. Priorities number 2. We want to end corruption and wasteful expenditure. We're going to have a lean and efficient government. MPs twagala abiri, ministers twagala abiri, MPs twagala 8, district twagala zikendeza. Honorable, yes, we are going to have in a new Uganda, we are going to consolidate national unity. We are going to rebuild communities and eliminate sectarianism. Uganda manifesto.
Listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the new Uganda that we the citizens of this beloved our country are claiming for now.
Yes.
National Unity Platform Manifesto guarantees equal access to quality public services. Ladies and gentlemen, clean water, public education, health care, energy, and public infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, National Unity Platform Manifesto got you in this our country that we are suffering with high rate of unemployment and poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nup Manifesto is going to create 10 million new jobs in this our country. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Unity Platform Manifesto got you all in this our country. Why we have children that suffer with hunger in schools. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Unity Platform Manifesto is going to establish a public school feeding program to transform agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, what a manifesto.
Why? Put the priorities down and put the priorities.
Comrades, yes, honorables, we still have much more. Not only the already outlined priorities of the manifesto, but our mighty party is also committed to tackle all issues on land with immediate effect. It will stop land grabbing, it will restore stolen land to victimized individuals, as well as guarantee to secure land rights. Our good news for your comrades, as reflected to the priority 8 of our manifesto, our NUP as a party will directly promote decentralization at all levels, both at local and regional government. My comrades, our mighty party, the NUP, is going to strengthen the foreign policy, positioning the diaspora as an asset, as well as strengthen our competition at local level in order to build and develop our country in the new Uganda.
Natural resource management and technology.
Now, gentlemen, you made a very big mistake. We had to trust in you. But since you decided to stand against the flag bearer, first of all, you violated all the party values. Think about the revolutionary discipline where you had to accept the results. No, you are no longer trusted. You lost the trustworthiness. You are no longer reliable, and you lost the integrity.
Obligation of you as a member of the party, that you have the obligation to abide and protect our party constitution. And Article 5C also tells you that if anyone stands against the party flag bearer and then cease to be a member of national unity.
Your candidate is no longer a member. Let's see what you are moving.
Yes.
President Bobi akakobera tusibe bugaito sikutikinga ingaito ingaito lyo wega
We have a foreigner here.
I also permitted to call it company.
Yeah.
We came to listen to you, and it comes on to my concern that you lead Honorable His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu is the true leader of Uganda. Lastly, I want to categorically state that you do not, according to your manifesto, you do not have to be an elite to work for the people or to execute duties for the people. NUP manifesto is the only way to go.
People power.
Wakado dialiwa. Kona mama. Mobile wega. Remove this. If you need this arrested, yes, who wants it?
Next time, alumnus from our School of Leadership, and also Makulunji. We are we hope to expand the capacity of the school. Of course, it's regrettable that this government has ducted our leaders of the school, but at least you can see the value that comes out of that investment. The government we have currently is working against you, not for you. No one would not want to have a school which gives us such products, such levels of creativity. Naye tulowooza nti mwena abadde balaba mutegedde ensonga eziri mu manifesto yaffe. At this point, our time is fast spent, but also conveniently, we plan that when it reaches this time, we can present the popular school feeding program. So the next priority area is the school feeding program, which is going to be presented by our party treasurer, Honorable Benjamin Katana. You're welcome.
People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. You know, it's very dangerous to talk about feeding at a time when people are beginning to feel hungry. I'll take a short time. Mr. President, our distinguished leaders, and all of you citizens, fellow citizens gathered here, and those that are watching us from elsewhere. I am here to share one of the priority areas in our manifesto, which is about the school feeding program. As a nation, we have had the misfortune of being led by a group of incompetent and unambitious people. who only measure success on the basis of the past. And as a result, they have made some sections of our society equal and ambitious. And when we present a very fine picture of how a new Uganda, the future will look like my colleagues have ably done, there are many people who doubt whether it will be implemented or not. The school feeding program is a multi-sectoral, multi-purpose, and multi-dimensional program that is intended to achieve about 4 objectives under the bigger idea of NUP's plan for improving the quality of life of Ugandans. Because a government which cares about its people, a government which is people-centered, will automatically focus on improving the quality of life of the citizens. So the first objective under this plan, the plan is basically about providing a meal to the school-going children at primary level every day, a hot meal that is nutritious. And of course we are going to do a survey, and the materials will be sourced from the homesteads in this country. So the first objective is to boost household incomes. And how do we intend to achieve this? We intend to elevate the household in Uganda into a production unit that will produce these raw materials that will be procured for purposes of feeding the children at school. If you are in an area, for example, that produces soya bean, and we know that it's a nutritious product that will help to boost the growth of these children, that will help to eliminate malnutrition-related diseases, then the investment will be in soya bean to make sure that the different households in that area are supported to produce soya bean, which will be procured by the school to feed the children. If you are from a fishing community and you have silverfish mukene, or you have fish, the investment of the NUP government will be in that sector to make sure that the households are able to supply the school with this product and earn money, but also feed the children. If you are from a milk producing community, and we have so many people who have been struggling with market for their milk to the extent that sometimes you see they are powering it, sometimes they are selling it at 200 shillings a litre, when in Kampala it is 2,000 a litre. We are going to provide a market at the nearest school. The government of NUP will procure the milk, feed your children will be healthy, but your pockets will also be healthy. The other aspect related to that, away from boosting the household incomes, is boosting agriculture. Agriculture is the leading employer in this country. However, it has not received sufficient support from government. And one of the challenges that the farmers face is a lack of market for their products. I've given you an example of milk, and there are several other examples where people are struggling to find market for their products. Sometimes they are even cheated by the middlemen and middlewomen, but also cheated by the so-called industrialists who are protected by the cartel whose ambition is only to extract money from the population. So now we want to create a market at the nearest school in your community to make sure that now your products will be sold to the school, you will earn money, your children will feed, and they will learn well. The other aspect related to that is fostering better learning environment. A hungry child cannot concentrate in class. By the statistics of government itself, today, the dropout rate in primary school is 68%. By implication, it means that out of 100 people who enroll in P1, 68 of those 100 do not complete P7. And that is a time bomb. And my colleagues have ably explained the other interventions that our government is going to come up with, including the increment on the capitation grant from the 6,000 per term to a more reasonable figure. But we are now also, in addition to that, going to introduce feeding of children at school so that people are not driven out of class by hunger to go to prison like the ones that the Honorable Mwanga was talking about. Even in school, you see, children are comfortable going to jail because they are assured of dinner. But now we want to make sure that they are comfortable going to school because they are assured of a meal, and a nutritious meal. Fellow citizens, the other intervention related to that is about the elimination of malnutrition. Every household in Uganda today spends a lot of money, and which money most households do not have, on meeting medical bills for taking children to hospital. And most of these children fall sick because of low immunity levels, because of poor feeding. So by feeding these children with a hot, nutritious meal every day, we are going to reduce the cost of medical bills significant amounts by making sure that the children are healthy, they are feeding well, and they are learning. They are not missing school because they are sick, and the parents are not spending money they don't have on them to meet medical bills because they are healthier. And so many people have been asking, when we have been talking about this, the school feeding program, that how are you going to implement this? We intend to implement it through by working closely with PTA, the Parents Teachers Associations. Most of them under the current regime have collapsed, but we are going to work hard to make sure that we restore them, that we strengthen them, so that they can be leading stakeholders working with the government, but particularly working with the community development officers at the sub-county for purposes of coordination to make sure that this program is implemented. We are also going to make sure, especially in areas where production of these nutritious things is a little bit complicated because of climate and other things. And we have other interventions like irrigation that my colleagues have talked about. But we are also going to make sure that we strengthen the production unit of state agencies like Uganda prisons, so that they can be able to produce for some parts of the country that are not able to produce some of these products. And fellow citizens, this intervention also has a multiplier effect, in a sense that if the schools in a certain sub-county in Chusa are procuring eggs for the school, it means that even the person who makes the chicken feeds is going to get business. It means that some young people are going to get jobs to work in the poultry farm. It means that some young people are going to get jobs to work in the feeds factory. So this program is comprehensive, and it is intended to cover a number of dimensions. How do we intend to do this? We intend to spend 1,500 on each student per day, and we are targeting 5 million children for the initial program. The total cost of this comes to around 1.5 trillion to implement this. And many people have been asking that where are you going to get 1.5 trillion from? My colleagues have given you a clear picture of what is happening in Uganda, and our president has been emphasizing that Uganda is a rich country, but we are poor. We are poor people. Because the statistics of the inspectorate